I don't care how many times I hear my intro. I love it. It just picks me up. You know what those songs that just pick you up? That's the song that just picks me up in a sense. It's like I'm okay. So this is the third live today, you guys, in regards to Riley's Strain. So welcome, of course, to everyone that's coming in, and thank you for all your um, love and support earlier today as well with your uh, clicks, views, and support to the channel. And Charmaine and Aspen are with us tonight, and I guess we're just going to kind of go over, some basically today's events. And yeah, I don't know. It's been like I said, a long day.
Yeah.
I remember my husband bringing me dinner after the second live, which was I think that equated to about 8.5 hours total between the two of them. I
Wow.
just remember him going, "Here's dinner," and I look at it. That's all I remember now is out like a light for a couple hours. I was just like,
Good. Good.
three sheets to the wind on there. Anyways, thank you guys. Welcome. So, Charmaine, you haven't been on today because you hate being famous. Um, so you were being the chat warrior today in
Mm-hmm.
there. So
You
just
just
to
let me know
quickly,
when there's 1,000 watchers and my camera will go off.
yeah, when there's 1,000 watchers, Charmaine needs to bail. Yeah, she can't handle limelight like that. Aspen obviously can. He got the green limelight right behind him there. But anyways, yeah, it's obviously there's Riley, wasn't found in the water today. They're out doing their nighttime light searching, and they were looking forward to doing it at night because their lights that they have can see deeper down into the water.
Water.
Yeah, and that so there's like I said, there's this video here that some people have already seen already. Actually, I personally haven't. I like to watch it organically with you guys if somebody hasn't seen it yet. Um, Again, we were showing just a whole bunch of different information today that was coming out, with the parents and that new location that they saw, where the camera was that it came from, and stuff like that. Sorry, I missed your hi, Miranda Lee. Hey, everybody. Um, hey, team.
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining us.
Sharon Parker.
For,
Hey, Twitter.
yeah,
Hey, Twitter.
for anyone that's new to the channel, this is Sunny above me. I'm Aspen, and this is Charmaine below me.
Yeah, thank you guys. So Charmaine and myself were. Do we admit it, Charmaine, that we're Canadians or no?
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it, but people don't know I'm Canadian. I don't talk like a Canadian. You do. So it's very
Oh,
comfortable with you.
I got the Canadian.
You sure do, eh?
I'm an American.
Yeah, he's an American.
It's a
Anyways,
Canadian sandwich today.
what'd you say?
Is a Canadian sandwich today.
Yes, your Canadian sandwich, eh? It's like a big Oreo cookie there, isn't
Right.
it? Anyways, we cover the true crime in the U.S. Mostly, almost like 95%, pretty much. And then, of course, if something sometimes on Saturdays we'll do a true crime Canada as well. So if you're Canadian and stuff like that, you can check out some of the. There's some very, we have a lot of SKs over here, just so you know. And this, we're like about 35 million to your guys is like what 450 million, 350 million population.
Right.
Yeah, we got the land, we got the trees, we got the openness, and that. But anyway, so Charmaine, just quickly before we get into the video and a few other things here, um, I don't know, what's your thoughts on this case yourself with Riley, and even like the whole tempo thing that we're going to hear about, right? Like the location that they're saying is that the Tempo Hotel is up here, that he plunked in like Tempo and it was taking him on the route that way. And
Honestly, my thoughts on this case change all the time. I thought that the shirt thing had been confirmed, that the homeless man was wearing his shirt, and at that point I just
oh,
thought back to, there have been cases before where homeless people maybe have mugged or, done something to somebody, but then that's not confirmed, so I don't know. And now this
oh,
evening, apparently, a homeless person accidentally tumbled down the embankment accidentally, and they had emergency services there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it can happen. And when you're that drunk, I feel like it probably is just a very unfortunate.
So I have to ask you, Charmaine, do you watch a channel called It's a Crime and Shame?
I do, and that channel covers so much all the time, and information comes out. And unfortunately, I work a full-time
Okay.
job, so I catch bits and
Well,
pieces throughout the day, and I you know,
'cause I was just gonna ask, like, so did you ever hear this channel say about the shirt being confirmed, or where did you hear that it was confirmed?
it was literally just a matter of
What you
everybody
thought?
talking about it, and
Yeah.
then probably going and doing my actual job, and then coming back to a different topic and just assuming, which is the worst thing to ever do. But that's
Yeah.
just them as a person. So
Yes. So we will set that definitely straight. It is not been confirmed. I know it's been
Hey,
sounding like it the way it's coming across, but
right. Hey,
Aspen.
Charmaine, you know what they say? You can't spell assume without ass.
that's me. So
Yeah. So that's not confirmed. The only thing we truly know is, for us, we know his last location, according to the parents of the new information that was released, and we know that his bank card was found. And besides the video surveillance and stuff like that, as he's going along his way. But the last known point, of course, is just before the James Robertson Bridge there, uh, basically where that 14 feet 3 whatever inch sign says, the yellow thing, and that the camera was from like that USB building. Well, wherever it was, it's Google Maps doesn't show it right. Google no sorry Google Maps shows it right. Google Earth doesn't.
Right.
But anyways, so
Hey,
that
Deb.
is
Hey,
that Deb.
Bossy.
Hey Bossy, hey Deb, hey Sharon, hey y'all, hey, thank you for subscribing. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. Skater 3 boy. I think I got this. Skater 3 boy. I think I got that one. Am I correct? I feel like I did a good job there. I feel like it was one of those word salad things, like bend over. And there was an Alice in Wonderland earlier, but what it was spelled different like that. Um, I don't know. This one's a little bit harder. Uh, Salon H. Solon H. I feel like that's it. Anyways, thank you for subscribing, guys. Um, and well, you know what? Let's watch this video. Let's go ahead and watch this video first. Thank you guys again for coming to join. This is the third live today. Please hit that like and share button. It always will become about awareness and people before anything else. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate the support to the channel and to support on meaning I know this might not mean much, but thank you for your guys' support for this case, right? Because it takes people working together that can just spread. For me, I'm very proud to be in the true crime community, in the sense of that everyone has their place. News media has their place, Ali has their place, true crime sleuthing has their place. And you guys know that the true crime community out there is rocking it pretty much on News Nation, Court TV now. you know you see all this happening all the time. And like I said, so like the bank card obviously was found by TikTokers, right? So good on them for coming across that. But like the sleuths really know how to sleuth. Like I'm not going to include any of those crappy content creators that try to put a twist spin and kind of like, there's the bad apples in there. They're within anything, to be honest with you. But as a whole, we can spread the information vastly and fastly. We can put it out there like nobody can, like nobody's business. That's what makes me happy, is how fast that we can work together to do one common goal, and that's bringing awareness to cases when somebody goes missing. Um, because really, minutes, hours, they mean so much when somebody goes missing. Absolutely. Like and shared. Thank you,
Right.
unindicted. How are you? Thank you. Yes. Okay, so let's play this video out quickly again.
So let's
I
get
have,
to it.
yeah. All right. Are you sure? I feel like I want to slow down all of a sudden now that you said that. No,
Aspen, you know better. Shh.
yeah. Okay. So, and again, prayers to Riley, his family, his stepdad, his mom, who is painfully, going through this torture as they try to find what happened to her son, the father out there searching on the water as well. Anyways, horrific. But, anyways, let's watch this. And it's about 6 minutes and 49 seconds, you guys.
On that 911 call and the massive search for this young man. We're joined now by Riley's stepfather, Chris Whited, and family friend, Chris Dingman. Thank you both so much for joining us. Chris, I'm so sorry to meet you under these circumstances. My heart breaks for your family. I just first want to know how you guys are doing and holding up right now.
We're doing as good as we can, under the circumstances. The community has been amazing for, supporting us, especially since we're 6.5 hours away from our home.
Are you still holding out hope you're going to find Riley alive?
We are. We're still hopeful. We can't give up hope until we have any other reason not to be.
All right, we're hearing that police showed you some new surveillance video today. What does it show Riley doing?
The video was shown to us Sunday after they found the debit card. After the debit card was found, we met with the police and they showed us the video. It was the last known video of Riley, basically from where the body camera footage was with the officer to just right before the James Robertson Bridge. We got to see him walking, got to see him kind of at a fast-paced walk, almost a jog, and it shortened the last known window anyways.
We're looking right now at body cam video from a Nashville police officer who also had a brief encounter with Riley. If we can rewind that video, guys, in the control room and show the beginning of it again, you can see Riley walking. He looks just fine in that part of the video. Is that how he looked in that surveillance video too, where he's walking pretty normally?
It appeared so. It was from a distance, but again, he did seem to be walking either at an extremely fast pace or jogging. And we all know how hard it is to balance, let alone walking if you're, been drinking, let alone try to jog.
Chris Dingman, we're also hearing more about this couple who saw Riley around the time of this police surveillance video and the surveillance video that the families had a chance to see. This couple, they're tourists from out of town. They said they called Nashville police. They did not hear back. They said they actually were concerned about Riley. The woman asked him, hey, are you okay? You're not going to drive, are you? Because he did seem to be drunk at that point, right?
Yes. We were fortunate enough, the family did reach out via a friend, a retired FBI agent, got us in contact with them. And I tell you what, last night, the families got together. We went on a voice call or a FaceTime, whatever you call it, and the families got to spend some time together. The gentleman that was there was literally in tears with the family. He had a lot of guilt, which the family would. They have multiple children of their own. And as I explained to him, I said, don't second guess anything you did. You're the only one that we know that was compassionate enough to even ask Riley if he was okay or even talk to him. Not saying no one else did, but that meant a lot to the family. And I wanted to make sure that family knew it. They were kind and compassionate enough to even ask, and follow up with Riley, and Riley followed them and still communicated with them a little bit, nothing more to what had happened that evening, but it was really refreshing for the families to get together and, just emphasize, we've been saying this the whole time, there's a lot of people that was in Nashville that weekend that was only there, for 12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours. This couple's 3 or 4 states away. So we could possibly find the right couple that had the rest of the pieces of the puzzles. We would sure love to see them.
Did this couple tell you anything else about their brief encounter with Riley that was helpful to you?
They did mention that he was on the phone, which we've kind of, Chris had already noticed that the cell phone data, that there was an ongoing phone call. There was a conversation with a male gentleman that, we thought may possibly quite have been his fraternity brothers. To the distance of what that conversation was, it was a little unclear at the time, but, there was a conversation with who we think was them. And they were probably trying to look for Riley or figure out where he was.
Did the couple say that Riley seemed to be looking for something? We know he was headed in the exact opposite direction from his hotel. Do either of you have any theories on why he was walking at a fast clip in the exact wrong direction? He was clearly turned around.
Yes, we possibly do. This will be a two-parter. You get both of us. We've had some people on the internet throw out some theories like that, and the name of the hotel, which I was not familiar with, but Chris knows it quite well. One of them said there's actually a business not far from where Riley was at that had the same name, basically. And I'm gonna let you take that one.
So given that name, we put it in maps just to kind of see where it was at. And it is around 2nd and 3rd Street, just north of last known location by probably half mile to a mile. So there could have been some confusion if he was trying to get the address for the hotel and got this address. Could have been why he was going that way.
So there are two
again,
different, the hotel is the Tempo Hilton, and there's a business called Tempo that is in the direction that Riley was heading. So he may have Google mapped it or to get
Possibly.
and was headed to the wrong quote Tempo.
Yep.
Yes.
And that was brought to light by somebody, online, within the past 24 hours, asking if we had, thought of that, and we didn't. And then when we got to looking, it was close enough that it was definitely a possibility,
Yeah,
Thanks so much for watching. Go to join.
1 second here. Charmaine, you guys, I think, so Rick will. I think there we are. Okay, sorry about that. So Charmaine, you guys gifted 10 memberships. So Rickroll is going off. There's actually another video that I'll play in just a moment that came out a few moments ago on News Nation as well. The Rickroll is going to go off, but KA Pisces was gifted one. The Wanda Life was gifted a membership. Lisa Me. Painting and Puzzles Princess, Kelly Ewan, Carol, Sharon T. Oh, it lost its spot. Amy Michelle Luxury, Charles Goodwin, and Heather Tucker. We're all gifted memberships. Thanks to Charmaine, who's more than generous to this channel.
Thank you, Charmaine.
Okay. So let me mute myself for a second and just go ahead and just give your thoughts on this video as that plays out a couple more for me.
Well, Charmaine, what did you take from that video? Because I thought that was a really interesting information that came out today.
I was doing the whole gifting membership thing. I had watched this earlier, and it's all interesting to me. I'm just confused about it. And here's the thing. I think that because we talked about it earlier, I think that we can all forget about the shirt because law enforcement would not let that go as a rumor, or they would come out and say that because that would definitely be something that would be helpful. So I think we can rule that out completely. So,
well, interesting you said that because I know that Sabrina was on News Nation tonight, and she was basically reiterating what she'd already said. I didn't get to see the whole clip.
But my question, though, is because I heard that too. So she said that, if I'm thinking of the right person, she said that he was wearing that nice, clean white and black shirt with the puke on it under his hoodie. So how exactly did she know that it was the white and black shirt with the pocket if he had a hoodie on? And I get it, probably a zip-up hoodie, but do you know what I'm saying? I don't. And
where was this hoodie? We never saw this hoodie. I don't.
Right. And and it wasn't clean because it had puke on it. So it just doesn't completely 100%. And at the time that she saw that, she said she didn't realize there was a missing boy. It doesn't
Right.
connect. You know, I'm not saying she didn't see somebody with a maybe clean looking /
Thank you,
different
Unruly.
shirt, but I think that we can safely rule that out until law enforcement comes up and says, oh no, in fact, this is what happened. We've tracked that lead down. I think there's more important things to look at, such as the videos and now the fact that this other homeless person has tumbled down the embankment not too far from where Riley was last seen. I think that's a very important piece of information. I'm not even going to call it a clue at this time because it's just another,
Rumor.
situation that we can look at. Is it a rumor though? Because they had a huge presence there. Like, I don't know, because I just seen it.
Oh no! Oh, I meant the shirt.
Yeah, right.
I'm really early. Terry Super Chat. $1
That's my
and
fault.
99 cents. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that super chat. Unruly
I think
girl.
that, the thing that I saw in that video that I found the most interesting, and it's something I saw this morning, and I mentioned it when Sunny was in the bathroom on the earlier live, but I don't think anyone really knew. But there's another business named Tempo, and we have a picture of the location. And if you look at it, I mean, it makes perfect sense that Riley would be walking in the direction he was if he thought that's where he was going.
Where did it go? Isn't it funny how I save something and then, oh, look at that, I don't see it. Never.
And then another piece too that I heard today that he
find it
had
again.
texted. I mean, maybe it's just a rumor. Maybe you guys can clarify. But he had texted his fraternity brothers who were still at the bar, asking for directions back to the hotel. But by that time, he was already like at least a block away, and they were giving directions from the bar. So this could have been how he kind of got turned around and kind of lost. Maybe like that's something that I heard today. I can't remember where I heard it, but I don't know if it's.
Well, I mean, they said in that video with the dad and stepdad that he was. They think that he was on the phone with a fraternity brother or some of his fraternity brothers.
Okay.
When he was walking.
Right.
Sorry, I literally missed whatever you guys were talking about. I was too busy trying to get this picture. What was? Can you just quickly just say it again?
Oh, we were just talking about the. Charmaine had said she heard that he was texting with his fraternity brothers about directions, and I had said that in the video, the dad and stepdad had said they think that he was on the phone with one of the fraternity brothers or some of the fraternity brothers.
Oh, okay. What was that said?
Did you? Okay.
That was in the video we just played.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Was it now?
I'm usually really good at keeping up with chat, but today is just one of those days where I've got like 100 different things going on, and I.
Oh yeah, all good. Any of you guys watching Truth and Transparency coverage? No, I know of Lana's channel. I don't personally watch Truth and Transparency. Truthfully, pardon?
Hi, Frank.
Oh, is Frank in here? Hey, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, it's just like we follow Koberger's case and stuff like that. Anyways, I don't really follow a lot of channels, by the way, because I'm too busy creating my own stuff, or getting my own information or stuff like that, or throughout the day. So I don't really honestly follow a lot of channels. I know of channels, but Truth and Transparency, Lana, is not a channel I follow, but I know of her. And which reminds me, because I want to do this. So CJ was on here last night towards the end. He was in chat. And I felt like as soon as he popped on the live, I was like, I remember this person. Like, I remember the face from somewhere. So although I know, once I realized of the name CJ Evil, or Evil, however you say it, Evil. Let's just say Evil. That sounds more sinister. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I've heard of you. But, again, I've only probably watched maybe once or twice. Again, I'm not, for me personally, like I said, I like to do my own things. And so I mostly don't like to have, like, especially with Delphi, I don't like to have the input of other people's thoughts too much for certain things when I'm doing it. I don't want seeds planted there or rabbit holes and stuff like that. Anyways, I just bottom line is I go into sometimes creators here and there, but typically I'm working on the stuff for the channel here, and that's where my time is focused on. But so, anyways, but there's some really great channels out there that we're friends with, and so, anyways, I've heard of, or once I seen CJ at this unexpected, he came up on the live. He's doing boots on the ground over there. He gave us a really nice shout out today in his first video. Somebody had mentioned it, so I went to listen to it. I know he said he was going to give a shout out to our channel because it was a pleasure having him on yesterday. I like people that are just kind of YOLO like that. Like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll come up and talk. And, I just remember him from like a long time ago, just being a nice person, like this good guy. But anyway, so that's CJ's Crime Concepts podcast. And the link is in the description of this video, and I can drop it in a moment. So anyways, so yeah, so he was doing, as I was in and out of consciousness after the second live, I had him playing. And so, because he was doing like live coverage, so I was just kind of, listening to what was going on. We heard about the person. At first, they said it was a boy, like a boy that had fallen in. And then that's because someone said that like that's kind of how the dispatch came in through or something like that. Ended up being a homeless man that fell into the river. I guess they got him into the, boat and whatever. So again, like that's a pretty dangerous side to that whole thing. There's Deb. Deb, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Ooh, drum roll.
Thank you,
Let's do
Lacey
Wait.
still didn't get one. What is going on, Lacey?
I wonder, does Lacey not have her gifting thing turned on?
She
I don't know.
says she does. Somebody needs to go over to Lacey's house and check her settings.
I'm on it.
Deb, just know I desert you in a second as well, okay? I have no favorites here. I desert anybody. Okay, let's see who got those memberships. Obviously, Lacey didn't. So, Forever Young, Wild's Man Mom. All right. Lady Fierce, Terry Dean, and Kelly Fielden received those memberships. Appreciate. You guys like
Mr.
Rachel, right?
Electric keep missing too. Do you have your gifts turned on, Mr. Electric?
Yeah. So can you just quickly tell someone how to do that as I mute myself?
Let me go over to YouTube and tell y'all. So as far as I know, you have to be on a browser, and then down, there's where you see It's a Crime and Shame, where you're subscribed, and then the like button, the share, the clip, the save, and then there's the 3 dots. I believe if you click those 3 dots, there should be a drop down that comes up, unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
I thought it was at the top of chat, but
I swear it used to be simpler.
Yeah.
Well,
it did. Try the top of chat too. There's those 3 dots at the top of chat, and because I've already got mine turned on and I'm a member, it might not show it to me. But I don't know. And somebody in chat say something about how you can do it from a phone in chat too.
Whoops. Hold on. There was a Anna. Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much, Anna. Appreciate that. Sorry, guys. A couple more. Because Streamlabs isn't connected to YouTube that way, so it plays it for each membership. It will play the Rickroll. And I'm not going to lie, each time I hear it, I still enjoy the song.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to think what we were talking about right before that.
Oh, I'm a little drunk and I'm you. I need to be a little drunk, but I still don't need you now.
$10. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you so much. Anna, you have that drink for me. All right. Okay. So, sorry, Randy. Yes. You can send me a video as long as it's not like if it's a TikTok one or something like that, as long as it's not a YouTube, a creator's content one. I don't want a copyright strike. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just send it to me. Yeah. Just send it to me, Randy. Okay. But so in saying that, there's, like I said, another video that came out just, like I said, not too long ago, like 20 minutes ago. But I was giving a shout out to a CJ Crime Concepts podcast as well. Like I said, I love boots on the ground. I love seeing that, up close and personal stuff that, JLR does, that anyone that does boots on the ground. I love that type of information because even if you can't be there, you feel like you're there with them and you can get a better grasp of everything. And if I could do boots on the ground, I'd love to be honest with you. Except for I'm a Canadian. Email, it's right up top there. Randy. Here, I'll just type it. It's just for anyone. Oh, thank you. Charmaine, look at her. Charmaine was like a dirty shirt. I'll do it. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Secretary. Charmaine, she's just like one of those jack of all trades, but female version on there. She does it all.
Jane of all trades.
Yeah, Jane
and
of
I
all
think
trades.
we have right at 1,000 people watching on Twitter. So everyone that's watching on Twitter, thank you guys very much and welcome. If you want to hop over to YouTube, you can have fun in the chat with everyone.
You don't have to have fun. That's an option. That's like a bonus. All right. Anyways, let's go back to that newer video that I was just talking about that came up. And then we'll get back. So anyways, appreciation to Charmaine, to Deb, to Unruly Girl, and to Anna. Thank you so much for the support for the channel. Truly appreciate it, obviously. But most of all, thank you guys for the awareness for the cases out there, because I guess I keep saying this. To me, you wouldn't be in true crime if you didn't care about people. And that's exactly why you guys are here. It's exactly why we're here. And just trying to, shed light on stories, give you the best factual information as we can, with obviously being able to talk about things like the shirt, Let me just take this one off there. Yeah, Northern Alberta. Okay, so let me play this out. We'll make it bigger. Take us off screen. And this one is about 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, guys? So like I said, this just came out within 20 minutes ago. Whoops.
David Flagg, he is with the United Cajun Navy. David, it's good of you to be back on the program. Thank you for this.
Thank
Evan,
you for having me.
Yeah, listen, Evan just alluded to something that seems to have just happened, that you're out searching for Riley Strain, and you've actually rescued someone else. Can you shed some light on what's happened?
Absolutely. So we had our boats in the water, and we're really just getting ready to start tonight's mission. And as the boats were more or less just kind of idling down the river, they heard someone on the riverbank calling for help. So they pulled over to the bank, and as it turns out, it was a 61-year-old man. He was a homeless man who had fallen from the top of the riverbank, which would have been First Street, and it's about at least a 30-foot drop. It's very brushy and but almost directly vertical. So he had kind of bounced down, through the trees and the brush and stuff, and actually landed on the rocks right at the river's edge. Was unable to move, had some injuries to his arms and his wrists. But if we had not heard that, if we had not been here, he very likely would have passed.
That is quite remarkable, and I think really sort of underscores what can happen on those walkways and in that sort of thick brush up from the water's edge. If Riley had been, stumbling inebriated, trying to find his way, and just had some, a missed footing,
it makes perfect sense that the 61-year-old man who fell and tumbled to 30 feet, maybe the same thing. Would you have been able to see by now in the area that Riley was last seen, with the timestamps that we know, would you have been able to find in all of that area if he was on that riverbank at this point?
Absolutely. Well, I'm not going to say absolutely. Very, very high probability. That whole area, those riverbanks and the river along that area has been searched thoroughly over and over and over again. Nashville PD has searched it thoroughly. Their urban search and rescue department, I've actually met them out there and seen them going up and down that riverbank. We've had Nashville PD's boats on the water, Nashville Office of Emergency Management, Tennessee Office of Emergency Management, Tennessee Fish and Wildlife. I mean, there was a number of private individuals have been in boats up and down this river. What Evan was alluding to a little while ago, we actually had some local residents who are fishermen and have boats, and they reached out and said, "Hey, look, we want to help in this," and they brought 4 of their own boats out on the river tonight. They were upriver here with us in the Nashville area, and then they have returned to the downriver area where we were and where Evan was earlier there at Cleese's Ferry. And they're going to spend a good part of the night tonight just searching along the riverbank and searching in, some of these coves or back eddies to see what they can find.
And we're seeing the live pictures of that, David. We're watching as those boats that you're talking about, your Cajun Navy, you're the director. I want to remind people, this is a volunteer group. These people just put down whatever they're doing, whenever they're doing it, and they hit the road, and they come with their boats, whatever kind they have, whatever craft they have, and they join in the effort to volunteer to search for people who need them. I do want to ask you this, if I can, David, and that is that it's been 13 days since Riley was last seen on video or his phone last pinged. If he had fallen into that river, what are the chances that we are going to find him?
Well, we will find him, and our position is always that we are on a rescue mission until we find definitively that it has turned into a recovery mission. There's been cases of people disappearing and being found 3 weeks, a month later. So we don't cave to any kind of loss of hope or anything of that nature. We just always maintain hope. We're maintaining hope for and with Riley's family. And we're bathing this whole situation. Actually, this whole area is, and our whole online community is just absolutely bathing this situation in prayer. And, prayer changes. That's what it's going to take to resolve this issue, is a lot of prayer and just a lot of diligent searching. So we're trying to fulfill both of those responsibilities.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to.
I was multitasking. I was rock. Yeah. So let me just say this to Randy. Randy, I received your email. That's Crime Sleuth, and I know exactly who that is. She's a friend of the channel's. However, she's been getting, I think, I just remember seeing something about her putting up stuff about nobody using her content and stuff like that. I know that I'm sure she would let me, because that's from that is from Twitter. I seen that on as well. So what Randy sent me was basically the video from the Birch, from Brandon Smith, the Birch Justice Building right there. What do I personally think of it? I have a little video myself, actually, that I did. So basically at the 53 mark, 950, I think it was, that he's seen by the police officer. And then, so within that rough time frame, like 9:53, you see 2 people come out. One person has a white hat type of thing on, and then there's this, what I call the ninja guy, that has black clothing on that you barely even make him out. And then a couple minutes after that, you see somebody running from underneath there at about the 55 mark. So in Riley's timeline. What do I think of it? Well, I would think something of it for sure, with regards to especially the person running. I would think, or maybe the people before, if there was a third party involvement that basically perhaps robbed, Riley, drunk person, etc., etc. It's not like a visual that you can make out truly. It's more like blobs running, in there, because that camera footage, um, that sucks. People try to keep getting me to go to like the 59-minute mark of it. So personally, it's one of those things. Either I invest my time in something that I can help with, or I don't. There's nothing that anyone can do besides make assumptions about these people coming out from underneath there. We know that Riley Strain was not seen on that video footage, and he did not come out from underneath that James Robertson bridge. So if we're talking like at the 59 moment again, some people want to go look at that, and I get it. I love to dissect a good video, but when I can pretty much add no value to something because there's no making anybody out. I don't see Riley. I see someone with white shoes that's tall. And I was thinking perhaps Riley had taken his shirt off because we saw him running. But it just becomes a speculation thing,
Right.
About that all. So if there is third party involvement, that will come to fruition. But we can watch that video 20 times over, 1,000 times over, and it's not going to accomplish anything to us besides us watching a video of people coming out from underneath the bridge. It will be the eyewitnesses or anyone that has information, like the cowboy with the cane, maybe, like I said, his information, the information from the cameras. But that's not something that we can solve besides just showing it and going, oh, I think those guys look suspect. Do you know what I mean? So
one thing I think people get confused by is I think a lot of people think that the Birch Building video is the video that the police are referring to when they talk about the video they showed the family, and it's not. The last known video of Riley has not been shown to the public.
correct.
So that Birch Building video is not the video that was shown. The family has seen that, but I don't think that's relevant because the video that they're referencing when they talk about the video they showed the family, that's not been publicly released. And there was a segment on News Nation tonight which I sent Sunny, addressing kind of why they think the public hasn't seen that video yet.
Oh, did you send me something?
Yeah, I sent you two.
Oh, okay. Okay, the two videos. Okay, and Charmaine sent me something else. So let me just stop screen. And then again, there's a lot of people watching right now. If I can't keep up with chat and stuff like that, I'm sorry. I do have it on 30-second mode. But there's a lot of people talking. And Half Pint, had a good theory that a lot of us didn't think about, to be honest with you. I know, because I hadn't seen anyone really talk about that theory. And that was that, hold on, let me just share the screen so I can put this up first. Okay, so this is the camera right here that we be talking about, that the footage that they seen from, okay? And so they would have seen Cowboy Man with the cane. Like if this whole bush tree thing happened where he fell into a tree and he yells up going, hey, is he okay? And the other people are going, they said that he's okay, just drunk type of idea. Aspen, what did you say before that? I'm trying to remember.
What?
I don't know. What did you say before that?
I was just talking about how the video that the family was shown is not been publicly seen.
Right. And so they know that Riley didn't come out. They've said it. They know there's no footage there, right? So something happened there with Riley. And that is clear. Hence why a heavy water surge. Oh, Half Pint. So Half Pint felt like, okay, so right. And, like he was leaning over, puked and his debit card fell out. Okay. That part I think a lot of people thought about. But then Half Pint had said, like perhaps that he went down there himself to go get his card. Because even if he's drunk, doesn't mean someone, is totally, oblivious to everything. He could have been like, oh shit, and we're like, oh, let me go get it, and stumbled himself and ended up accidentally, and that would probably put the shirt perhaps theory to rest. Who knows where that shirt theory comes into play and what the actual facts of that are. But the thing is that they did go back to talk to Sabrina, even though they hadn't talked to her. So maybe it was one of those things where they're like, well, if we can't find him in the water, like maybe we should go back to talk to maybe some of these people that are talking about this shirt, because it's really coming across like, oh, the shirt story. Yeah. We've heard of it type of thing. But yet there seems to be a lot to it by the same token.
Well, and that's one of the videos I sent you.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the new one with Sabrina.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So to show you that, so that's the camera right there that is, facing that area between the Woodman Bridge and the James Robertson Bridge there that they would have seen Riley at. And again, we're talking like what, like 20 feet, 30 feet away from being under that area where his phone and that last pinged. So like I said, it is plausible that he did go down to try to get the card, and it's freaking steep as shit. You guys can see that. Obviously, a homeless dude did tonight when he fell in, and good thing that those people were out there, and able to come to his rescue, because that's a really, like when you see the camps and you're watching, and I know it's a different perspective when you're literally not there, but you can feel the different layers. And it's just very steep and treacherous. I mean, like those girls that found the bank card, like good on them, they're like freaking Jane of the Jungle type of thing, tackling that specific spot. Okay, so Charmaine had also sent something, so I'll just put this up as well quickly. And that is, present, share screen, window. Okay, so this says the MN PD just confirmed to me that Riley Strain did get sick, according to the witnesses, just after leaving camera view after crossing over First Avenue onto Gay Street. So apparently that's where it is, at least the first time. Okay. I just find it strange, like that the officer that saw him was like, yeah, he seemed pretty, he seemed good. But, I mean, maybe it was just because, I don't know, Riley goes, yeah, 10 hot, yeah. Hey, how you doing? Type of thing. Oh, good. You know how people, it's kind of like when a cop car comes by you and all of a sudden it's like, whoops, slow down. Oh, yeah, just doing the limit here, officer. No, nothing to see here. That kind of reminds me of when Riley does that. He's clunking along with his boots. And then all of a sudden, basically it's like, straightens up and just starting to walk normal for a minute there. Okay, so that I've shown you. And then, Adam, let me go to those videos as well. Charmaine, what the heck? I love you, but okay, I know Charmaine wouldn't do it if she didn't want to do it. But it makes make you feel a little bit embarrassed, because it's like, she spends too
this
much
is about Lacey.
This
is literally about Lacey.
Is this about Lacey? So okay, then fine. Can everyone just put one gift certificate or one membership, and then in hopes that Lacey eventually gets one by the time this live is over?
No, she didn't get one again. This is unbelievable.
Okay. So I can't see who got them yet because my YouTube studio lags before it comes up. But Lacey, obviously, Lacey, are you sure you have them enabled?
Yeah. I do want to say Smashing the Patriarchy got that. CT Girl 5150 got one.
Okay.
Teresa got one. Penny, I don't want to butcher that last name, got one. And Emotional Damage. I think that one was specifically. Charmaine, is that your alt?
That is my alter ego. You betcha.
What? Which one? I was just gonna say that is a good name. Can you say
Emotional Damage? I like that a lot.
Emotional Damage. I
we all have it.
Emotional Damage. It's just a matter of like level 1, level 5. Let you down. Just put a 1 in chat if y'all have emotional damage going on. Not that I want to hear about it, but if you have it. All right, I could probably do a whole live stream on that stuff now, couldn't I? And Charmaine, what about you? I feel like you could. I feel like you could fit in like a 2-day live
I'm
stream.
the leader of the emotionally damaged.
Lacey, I'm so sorry that Streamlabs seems to hate you tonight and doesn't want to give you nothing. I think you should just purchase your own at this point.
I've
Okay,
been trying for like a month.
$1.99.
I've been trying for over a month to get Lacey a membership, and
Well, there's something wrong there. Okay, I don't
Yes.
think it's a you problem. It's Lacey.
Yeah, but we do appreciate it so much, Charmaine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Sunny is muted, but I'll take the opportunity while she's muted to say thank you very much, Bossy, for gifting 1 membership. And AK-47 got that.
man, Lacey,
Is that
gosh.
AK? Is that AK? From the AK-47. Is that AK? Huh. Anyways, again, unloved Lacey. Sorry. We will love you in spirit and everything else, but Streamlabs, it has a different it doesn't have your number, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is, okay, let me say this. I have been gifted memberships from channels that I might have popped into once that I didn't turn on the gifted memberships because I just thought that they took away that and that they automatically now you didn't have to turn them on. I feel like this is a war on Lacey now. Forever Young. Tell me, Aspen, who got Forever Young's one? Bet you it wasn't Lacey. I'll be like shocked if it is.
No, that would be Deline M.
Yeah, see, there you go. It was close to sounding like Lacey, but we didn't quite make it. So, like I said, I don't know. I feel like the devil has your number or something like that, Lacey. Maybe if you weren't one of the top sleuths in this channel, okay, maybe that's what's going on here. Do you think so? You think you think that that's what's happening? Is that she's like, she is quite the sleuth of the channel. That's anyways. Okay, let's go to the video. And thank you guys. Sorry if I didn't say it. Forever Young, thank you so much for doing that. Yeah. But, Adam, do you want me to play the first one or second one? Which one do you want me to play first?
I would just play them in order.
Okay,
The first one I think is about the unreleased footage that the family has saw.
Ooh.
And then we can talk about that if you want, and then play the second one. I haven't watched either of them, so
yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. And Charmaine, your dedication to Lacey is unwavering. I can see this.
Debbie says, I would like a daytime video from the road to that steep hill.
Oh.
We absolutely would.
Well, you have your people contact CJ's people or JLR's people.
Mark.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Mark's going to give Mark wants Lacey's cash app. Careful, Lacey. That's how they the groomers get you.
I think time-stamped and dated CCTV body cam footage would be so helpful.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I think definitely a lot of things would be helpful. Well, if someone could just tell us what happened to Riley Strain and Sebastian Rogers, that would be helpful, to be honest with you. It really sucks. Like, I can't help but, like I said, the impact that this is having on the parents and stuff like that, just to watch their pain is so hard to bear. It just really is, listening to them. Anyone that has children or just cares about people, feels that pain, emanating or whatever through the computer, because these are real people, real lives. And, sadly, in Riley Strain's case, it's like, it's like, okay, well, they're water searching. Is he in the water? Will he be found in the water? Is there a third party involvement? Is the t-shirt story true? That part's a little bit hazy and fuzzy if it is or not. But it's kind of like when you have a group of people that are claiming this, and some of them you can see they're not delusional people. Like Sabrina's not a delusional person in a sense. You know what I mean? Comes off very sane, level-headed, and but then you have, like I said, whatever, about 10 people all saying we saw him, we saw the shirt, and the guy's name is Ross that apparently found it, down at that wooden structure. That part is definitely sus. Anyways, let's play this one out. This is newly released as well, so we'll play this out for you guys. And this one is, no, do I have the right one? Did I? Oh, I got too many tabs open. This is one I want to play. This one is 5 minutes and 22 seconds.
We've seen a lot of video of downtown Nashville and the places where Riley Strain was last seen before vanishing, but there is video that shows Riley Strain walking in other places, video that has not been released to the public. Riley's family told us about it last night on this show. Police have shown it to them, but they are not releasing it to us. And we asked why they're not sharing it publicly, and they said that it's very poor quality, doesn't prove anything other than Riley was around the bridges where his phone pinged for the last time. I beg to differ, because we got a much better description from a friend of Riley's family, Chris Dingham, who told us that it was captured by a surveillance camera high above the Woodland Street Bridge. And the timestamp on it is 9:57 p.m., which makes it the last of several videos to document Riley Strain's movements. The last, like that's it. It shows Riley walking under the Woodland Bridge and then stopping at that lamppost right there. And he stops for about 6 to 7 seconds, and this is where it gets important. He's seen doing something on his phone. And then he continues northward towards the second bridge close by. That's the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. And the last time he's seen on camera is when he passes this yellow sign just before he reaches that James Robertson Bridge. And he's not been seen or heard from since. The part about him being on his phone is sort of fascinating because of a brand new theory that is circulating. People online have noticed that it has to do with the name of his hotel. When he spoke with his friends on the phone after leaving the bar on Broadway, he told them that he was headed back to his hotel, the Tempo by Hilton. Remember that, the Tempo. The Tempo is a 12-minute walk from Luke Bryant's bar, where Riley was standing after being kicked out. But it is a 12-minute walk west. You'd have to turn left out of the bar, down Broadway. See Luke's on the bottom there? Turn left down Broadway, 12 minutes, you're home. But for some reason, he took the red path up 3rd Ave. He walked straight north. Then he turned right on Church. And then he turned left along the river. Don't forget, he was visiting from Missouri, so he didn't know his way around. So there is a pretty good chance that he tried to follow a map on his phone to get back to his hotel. Directions. We all do that on our phone. There are 2 businesses in downtown Nashville, at least 2, that share the name Tempo. The Tempo Hotel, where Riley was going, and Your Tempo, a software company. And that company, Your Tempo, you guessed it, it is right past the 2 bridges where Riley was last seen. At least the video that we're told exists and that the family was shown by the police. When he stopped at that lamppost to look at his phone, was he looking at directions or a map that would take him to the Tempo business instead of the Tempo Hotel, which would mean he wasn't wandering aimlessly, he was going to the wrong Tempo. And remember the timestamp that I mentioned, 9:57 p.m. Riley's phone last pinged 1 minute later at 9:58. That would have been right after Riley walked under the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. Did he turn the phone off right then and there? Did he fall into the river right then and there? Or did he run into trouble right then and there? There are a couple of other theories that are getting some attention tonight. There's a car that is spotted near Riley in each of the surveillance videos. And some observers think that that same car is following Riley. We have taken a look at the videos, and we've looked at them, and we've looked at them, and we've looked. It's kind of impossible to tell whether it's the same car in all of the videos. And even if it is, that sort of a kidnapping is really hard to reconcile with every other data point that we've been able to put together. Nashville police are not commenting. We've invited them again on this program. They have declined again. There are also questions about the 911 call that was made from Riley's friends following the afternoon on March 9th. Take a look.
Okay. What is his name? His name is Riley Strain. Riley, R-I-L-E-Y, Strain, S-T-R-A-I-N. Okay. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian? He's white. 22-year-old, 6'5", blonde. Okay. And what was he last seen wearing? Outside of Luke Bryan's bar last night at like 10, and then the last time his location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at like 11 p.m.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage. For vanishing, but
Of course, it caught me when I got up out of my chair for a minute. Oh, there's Ken. Hey, Ken. Hold on a second. Ken was in here earlier. Ken, I appreciate the smart comments from earlier. Me and you now, we're like this.
Yeah, no, I appreciated everything Ken had to say earlier.
Yeah. I think he was saying I was smart.
Yeah, I didn't hear him say that.
Are you sure?
I think that was directed at somebody else, but I also appreciated Ken's input today. It was delightful.
Yeah, and Ken, we actually played that the Banfield thing where she talked about that a little bit ago.
Yes, yeah. You're gonna be part of the replay crew. Hey, Criminal Med. Okay, so we're gonna play another one in just a moment, but let's quickly scoot on down over to Google Earth. So, and I'm trying to remember now what Anne said. Let me just take us off the screen here. So there's your tempo. I got that up there, you guys. Yep. So, I mean, however you want to take the route there, that's your tempo right there. So that's just to give you like the bird's eye view. Where did Anne say she wanted me to go? Sorry. She wanted me to go. Sorry, Anne. I'm drawing a blank now what you said. Something about, or did she say that? That's the reason. Sunny, where's Sunny? Can you play? Oh, howdy, it's Crime and Shame. Can you go to Google Earth and then do the street view along Gay Street going under the bridge? It shows the railing pretty well.
Yeah, and how low it was.
Oh, yeah. So you're talking about the which one? The bridge, the one for
underneath how low the railing is, where he could have easily kind of tumbled over it.
Yeah, that's the James Robertson Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. That was my take from her comment.
If Aspen's wrong, blame it on Aspen. Okay, guys. So here's
won't be the first time, won't be the last time.
Right. Exactly. Adam knows. Tell me if that's what Adam is saying to me. You guys, this is free fare here. You guys don't need a taxi. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. All right. So, I mean, this is low, very low. I remember
especially if you're 6'7".
Oh my goodness. If you're 6'7", that's like at your kneecaps pretty much.
Right.
Eh?
And you saw how, and we've all seen, not only is Riley 6'7", but he's got really long, he's lanky and he's got long legs.
Yes, very lanky. It would be easy for a drunk person of that structure to lose his balance, I think.
I mean, I'm 6 foot tall and I can barely walk through a room without falling over. sober.
running into walls for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, Ken, if you just want to come up here and sing to us, absolutely. I won't even get a copyright strike either.
Right. Half pint. I would be doing if I were not on this live.
Oh, okay. So ixnay on everything that we said positive about Ken. Obviously, he's not a singer. Take it all back.
He still hasn't put his height in chat, so
he what?
He still hasn't answered what his height is in chat, so he's safe for now.
Oh,
and doesn't think it's that low. Which, I guess I'm looking at it from someone that's 6'7".
Okay.
I know when JLR was there, he went under it, which I thought was funny because I don't know how tall JLR is. I assume he's not tall.
5'8", 5'9", something like that.
Because he climbed over there and he was making me really nervous because he was standing on the edge, slipping in the dirt.
Yeah.
And but he didn't climb over it. He went under it. So maybe maybe you're right. Maybe it is taller than it looks.
No, you know what? I just remember the two girls that found the bank card were talking about how low it is, like 3 feet or something like that. That's what I recall in my head. And they were talking about how Riley being so tall, how this, this would that would be nothing to him. But, typically a lot of females are 5'2" to 5'5" area, but so anyways, so she was saying like
talking about
3-4 foot. I'm like, obviously I'm like, the giant in the beanstalk, of course, at 5'2" and 3/4. Let's just get that straight. 5'2" and 3/4. Every quarter counts, people. All right.
When you're that short, it does.
Pardon?
I said when you're that short, it would.
Well,
absolutely.
Ken, you're welcome here. You're safe here. Well, I mean, as long as Charmaine doesn't get you alone. But
as long as shut up.
Debbie says, remember, it looks the height of the cars. Maybe CJ, maybe one of us can shoot CJ a message and like, hey CJ, tomorrow when you go out there, can you just measure that the height of that railing?
Yeah, just take out your measuring stick.
Because it really doesn't. If you look at the comparison to the top of those cars, and we all kind of have a good idea how tall cars are, but there is a distance between the car and the railing. But I'm more wondering what's on the other side of that railing because it doesn't look like it's a direct drop from there.
There's a few feet. There's a few feet of dirt, and the closer you get to the edge of the wall, because it is a stone wall that drops off there.
Yeah.
But from the street level, it's all like loose dirt looking. Because JLR's just sliding down it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're gonna watch JLR's demise right on live.
You know what? I know when he was doing that, I was like, dude, there's no need to impress anybody here. He just hops on up with his camera and he's looking down. Okay.
Like those people at the Grand Canyon that have they're doing the selfies.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing, Mackenzie J. So yeah, thank you to anyone that's watching your subscribers. But it's one of those things. Like, do you guys ever watch those videos where those psycho people like jump off of buildings and parachutes and do the crazy wacky things? And I'm telling you, it's almost like being in 3D, and I'm sitting there and my heart's pounding myself. I know what I'm like. I know that I'm watching a YouTube video, but I literally feel like when somebody's up on this skyline, this, like, let's say that they're walking out on this ledge, like my heart is pounding for them, going, oh my God, I can't watch this. Oh my God, seriously, I can't watch this. Because it's crazy what some people do. And but anyway, JLR, well, yeah, I was like, you know what, gust of wind come your way, JLR, poof, you're down, you're down there. But anyways, he jumped up on there, and the guy that had the camera was like,
I'm just making light of this, but I can see JLR falling, laying on the rocks and being like, Riley.
Shame on you, Riley, for going missing. Yeah. Shame on you, Richard Allen. Shame on you. What's his name again? Murdaugh. Shame on you. But anyway, he'll be, JLR would be like, JLR investigates. We'll get the story no matter if I fall or not. Yeah.
Oh, that would become his new slogan.
That would be his new slogan. Yeah. uh, anyways, okay, so let's go to the other video. So I hope again that like this is clearly you can see a bike there. Here, let me just bring that in a little closer. No, I can't. If I was on Google Maps, anyway, there's like a 10-speed bike there, basically, right? 10-speed bike, right? 3-4 feet, somewhere in that area. That's as high as it is. This guy is like a 6'7" towering inferno. So that would be nothing. That would be nothing to him, to be honest with you. For someone to lean over that, like I don't even know that they could lean. They would just, like I said, his kneecaps probably came to there pretty much, or just above his kneecaps anyway. Um, it's such a mystery, isn't it? Though, like again, is the shirt thing truthful? Is it not? Did he bend over? His card fell out. He was like, "Oh, let me go get my card." Because obviously he was very intoxicated. Decides that he was going to shimmy on down and perhaps ended up in the water. Because it is like looking for a needle in a haystack. We're not talking about a lake. We're not talking about a pond. We're not talking about a small flowing like little river. This space is huge. If he did go into the water, how far
Right.
he
It's
would travel.
massive.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that experts can only do an analysis. Like, this is moving at whatever it was Charmaine said yesterday. So many
2.5 feet per second.
per second. And again, right, rivers. So who knows where, if at all, where Riley could be at this point in time, right? And then again, kind of like we talked about on the live earlier, if he is in the water, it's just a matter of perhaps his body filling up with gases, and then perhaps somebody that's not a searcher spotting him, because that happens most of the time, because it is like I said, looking for a needle in a haystack. But EquiSearch will be there tomorrow, so that adds more.
Is that accurate? 95 feet deep, a river?
I've heard it's even deeper than that in the middle.
Oh, probably.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's
Because look at the size of those barges that go down that river.
95 feet deep. Jeez.
I've heard there are points that it's almost 200 feet deep.
That is crazy.
I mean, it's a 700 mile or 800 mile long river. I mean, it's a massive river.
We don't have rivers like that here. We
have the Bow River, eh? We got the Bow River going on.
Bow River, the Elbow River, the Athabasca River, but they're not like that. Like I realize
they're rivers.
Like Southern Ontario, I know they have bigger ones that have barges and stuff, but I don't think they're like 100 feet or more deep. Like that's a lot. And thankfully, Texas EquiSearch is going out there tomorrow, because not taking any away from these searchers. Obviously, they're doing everything they can, but EquiSearch has the equipment and the experience. So I'm confident he'll be found soon.
The Cumberland River has an average depth of 90 feet.
There you go.
Average depth. However, in fact, waters in the Cumberland River Gorge reaches depth up to 400 feet.
What?
400 feet?
In the Cumberland River Gorge.
The gorge.
Wherever that may be. And it is 688 miles long.
That is crazy.
Well, because all that goes through my head is like when the guy says the question to that talker this morning, when he's like, "So could he have made it past the dam?" And he's like, "Yep." Oh, okay. What did I miss? I'm so sorry. Hey. Carrie Summers, you know what? We'll start all over just for you. You guys, let's rewind back to the start of this live, eh? It's only an hour and 15 minutes, Carrie. Oh my gosh, what did I miss? I'm sorry. Hey, Krasny. I was in the live stream earlier today about noon. I've been at work. There's no excuse for working, to be honest, Carrie.
Great profile picture, Carrie.
Yeah, timeout corner. That is a great time. That is.
Yeah, no, and in the middle of Nashville, it's not quite as deep, but there are places in the middle where it's very deep, even through Nashville.
Yeah, I think I just like saying Nashville.
So which dams are like downstream from where we think Riley would have went in? Like just the one, or are there more downstream from that?
Oh, well,
I mean,
I
because they
thought,
said that he could be past that dam that they were at yesterday, I
well,
think.
we can look at the visual after again. Ken, if you could just be like, that person that just pretty much knows
The,
everything and can answer
the,
all our questions for what we don't know about
yeah.
Nashville area.
The dam that they were at yesterday is the Chatham Dam.
Oh, the Chase, yeah.
Isn't it the
Hey,
Chatham Dam?
isn't that a Batman movie thing?
You know,
Oh,
Cheatham.
I thought that sounded like a Batman thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Isn't that part of the Batman movie? That name? Maybe it's just the name, but I just remember that, I thought. Anyways, I honestly think they waited too damn long to close one dam today. Should have done it uh, 10 days ago.
well,
Oh,
see, there you go. You're thinking Gotham. Although everyone calls the one building in Nashville the Batman building.
there we go. See?
Hmm.
Thank you, all knowledgeable people out there in the world.
That's
If we all put our brain cells together, we're pretty all smart, aren't we? Yeah. So even the stupidest person that's watching this live right now, with all our brain cells put together, we're all smart. So
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, I'm kind of like in the mid level, right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
And I agree. Even though it's about 30 feet along the Nashville stretch, the current is robust and likely a lot of debris along the river bed bottom to snag and keep things under. It's definitely a hard search. I don't envy any of those searchers.
absolutely.
Charmaine, you got 3 minutes before it's 10 o'clock your time, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to play out this video. Sorry, what?
I said, I know my dogs are not going to let me be late tonight.
You want to?
Oh, you can stay till 10:30.
Do you want to go let them out right now? Or
No, as
do you
soon
want
as they start bugging me, it's not a matter of letting them out. He just knows when it's bedtime and he's done with my shit. That's
Oh,
basically
okay.
what it boils down to. So when he starts bugging, I'll let you know.
That's what I do. I'm going to say, oh, there. They heard, right?
That's,
Like on cue.
that's not it. It's fine.
Okay, so let's play out this video again. Another new one. It's 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Thanks, Adam, of course, for sending these. A lot of things come out at night, you guys, like what happened yesterday. I get off the live, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, look at all these News Nation things and stuff that I haven't seen.
Bring in the person who first saw someone other than Riley wearing what looked like Riley's shirt. Sabrina Martin is a volunteer with Souls United,
Sabrina,
an organization that helps the homeless in Nashville. And she joins me live now on the phone. Sabrina, thank you so much for coming back on the program. We're at day 13, and 11 days ago, you spotted the homeless person. We think maybe his name is Ross, wearing the shirt that looks like Riley's. We've had Chris Salisbury say that he now knows someone named Ross, a homeless man, was telling others that he got that shirt. He saw it hanging on a railing. It had vomit on it, and he picked it up, cleaned off the vomit, and started wearing it. You tried mightily to get a hold of the police. You called them. You were thrown into voicemail for the cold case unit. You then called Crime Stoppers. And as of, I think, yesterday when we talked to you, they hadn't called you back. Have they called you back yet?
They have. They called me yesterday afternoon.
Well, that is a real relief. Can you describe your conversation with them?
Yes, it was Detective Rowland who gave me a call. He first apologized for it taking him so long to get back to me. And then he just asked me to recount what I seen. And then a description of the gentleman, what the gentleman was wearing in his back. Also gave him the location. And then I gave him the contact information of 2 other volunteers that were with me that day. I confirmed with them last night that Metro Police did follow up with both of them as well.
And they were able to tell the story that they saw that homeless man wearing what looked like Riley's shirt as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what about this man named Ross? When you and I first spoke, you told me that you had seen him before. It wasn't the first time that you had had an interaction with him, because you are often once a month, serving the homeless. Have you seen him since? Has anyone else seen him since?
To my knowledge, no one has seen him since. I haven't seen him since, but I have not been back to the homeless camp since that Sunday.
What's interesting about Chris Salisbury, who also made a report to us that he tried to get a hold of the police and was thrown into the cold case voicemail, is that he also works with the homeless, and he went down there to speak with several people, said he had reports from at least 3 or 4, maybe even 5 other people who said the same thing. A homeless man who goes by the name of Ross told them that he got that shirt, found it hanging on a railing, but he said that it was hanging on a railing sort of down near Broadway, which would be way, way south of where our red line, puts Riley. What's interesting is when Chris gathered that information about the shirt having vomit on it. You can tell me why that's significant, though, right? The timing of when Chris Salisbury got the reports from the homeless people up near those bridges that Ross had said he got the shirt with vomit on it. Why was it significant, that timing?
To me, it was significant because the public, it didn't come out publicly that there was puke, on the shirt until I believe yesterday or the day before. Chris was actually down at the homeless camp getting the reports last week. So Thursday, Friday of last week.
It gives it even more credibility. It wasn't public. We hadn't had the report yet from the family that they had witnessed Riley vomiting over the barrier. But those homeless people had been talking about the shirt with vomit on it before that. Thank you for that, Sabrina. I appreciate it. Can I ask you one more quick question? And that is this area at 10 o'clock at night. Is this an area you would go alone at 10 o'clock at night where Riley was last pinging and seen on the video?
I personally wouldn't go alone downtown at all. I would definitely be in pairs or in a group, but I would not go in that area alone at night.
Not particularly safe. Not to say that everybody in that area is dangerous, but there are definitely some trouble spots. Sabrina Martin, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for us on this program and for this family in trying so doggedly to get a hold of the police and tell them what you know. And it's panned out. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
A second here. Okay. Ken says, this is what I think about the shirt. If they find Riley and he's missing a shirt, then I believe her. If they find Riley and he has his shirt, then she should, or he doesn't have the shirt. Oh no, he did. Then he should be fined for a false report. I'll disagree with the last part because I truly believe that she feels that she saw the shirt, and that's why Chris Salisbury went down and wanted to find out the answer for that, and apparently it was like someone like she spoke to him and he said that he found it, like I said, at that wooden structure or whatever like that. Anyways, who knows what will come to fruition with that. At the end of the day, of course, it's regardless of where Riley is, if there's a shirt missing off of him, obviously the police are doing everything they can to try to find out what happened to Riley. Yeah.
It bothers me, and Ashley Benfield says it almost every single time she covers the stories, that law enforcement will not comment on the case. So is it because they can't confirm or deny the shirt, or
right?
But even look at the Maddie Soto press conference today. We were all expecting charges or something, but it was literally just an update because there was so much speculation out there. So I think that does a lot of good if there's this much speculation out there. Just come on and set us straight. You know what I mean? Get people back on track.
There we go.
You want to read Carrie's comment?
From the what's going on loser, laugh my ass off. Can't blame a girl for trying. Love your channel, and Char is a hoot and a salute.
Absolutely. I like that. She's a hoot and a salute. That's a good one. That's a good one, Carrie.
Of a salute. So I'm a funny whore, is what she's saying. Thank you.
Ixnay on the YouTube.
You're the one that asked me. It's not like you've never met me. You asked me. Lacey!
Wait, Lacey, how did this come about? Explain yourself, girl. Did Mark help you out? Did you figure
Yes.
out? Oh,
You
yeah.
have been watching. Mark sent her money on Venmo, and now she's able to get herself a membership,
Well,
and I can stop
hey,
spending money frivolously.
okay, so we're Canadian, so we don't have Venmo. So I
Hey,
was
Mark, I need some
thinking,
Botox.
yeah, you know what, Mark? Mark did win the lottery. You know, that's why he's been very generous lately. Thank you. I'm just looking for that island next. I'm just trying to upgrade from like, a stepping stone to an actual island. But anyway, so I saw that, but because we don't have Venmo, that's for that one.
Jerry Summers super chat.
Well,
$19 and
let's let AI
Tim,
say.
what's going on, loser? Lamau can't blame me, a girl, for trying. Love your channel. And stars the hood of the slow. Winking face.
Winky face, winky face. Well, Lacey, congratulations. You're de-virginitized right now. Thank you so much. Bossy, she's been a member for 1 month. Congratulations, Lacey. Yeah, Lacey, I guess if you couldn't get it gifted, then finally Mark or whatever was able to help you out. So thank you to Mark for helping Lacey out. I guess you can hang with the cool people now, Lacey.
Lacey's always cool. And again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
we always take the cases that we cover very seriously, but we do like to joke around and have fun occasionally. So
well,
I hope that's your cup of tea.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't stay in the doldrums, right? Like this is all very serious and it's all very dark, and it's important to get the factual information, but
Yeah,
just to be able to lighten the mood a little bit is
absolutely.
it
And we would
helps.
never do it at the expense of a case or a victim ever.
No, gosh, no. And
No,
thank you, Mr. Electric. It's fair. Tell
don't
Adam for me.
this one. Don't mess
Mhm.
with Charmaine. Come, you know what? Come fight me, Charmaine. Come fight me.
You're like 5'2". You said I'm 5'9". So
In the
no.
words of Mariah Carey, I don't
No.
know her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the gut punch. It was like brrr, off the face. Brrr, brrr.
That's all you could reach.
I have to say this quickly because this used to always piss me off when when me and my ex-husband when we would be play fighting. He would literally just hold me by the head, and I couldn't even reach. I'm sitting there like, let me go. And I'm sitting there, like I said, he just holds me by the head. I was like, this is all I got to do. And I literally could not reach him. And he's just laughing away. And I'm just like, whatever. I always remember that because it was like, just hitting air. I was just swinging at air. Okay. Let's see here. What's
Ken,
going
I
on?
believe the only update I've seen from the fraternity is I think there was one Instagram post, but I've not seen anything more. But I personally don't blame his fraternity brothers. I know that in hindsight, I guarantee you every one of them probably would have never let him leave. But I bet those boys are going through hell. So I personally don't hold those boys or those guys responsible.
Well,
they are adults. I guess I should,
Yeah, I mean, it is easy. We all put judgment very fast on people sometimes and stuff like that. In this particular case, no, because there's so many things that we don't know. Like, there's a difference between maybe perhaps, like I said, watching Sebastian Rogers' case, where they're physically speaking and you're being judgmental because you're like, wait, why aren't you saying this? You said it there, but why are you changing the story up and da 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 da? But in this case, we don't honestly know if the friend, do you know what I mean? It's one of those things sometimes. Would have, could have, should have, didn't. Perhaps that friend went and said, be right back. I'm just going to tell the guys I'm coming with you. And he went off. Maybe he said, you okay, buddy, to get back to the hotel? And Riley said, yeah, and stuff like that. So not going to hold any judgment myself on this. This is really, the case has really become about, in this particular case, about Riley. Was it an accident? Or was there third party involvement? Well, we're not going to be solving no third party involvement. If there is, that's what, and the shirt thing, that's what going to come fruition, amongst what, of course, the Riley strain case. But what we can do to support, obviously, is again bring awareness, show facts, show the information, show the different stuff that comes out there. And again, there was a few videos that usually they come out at nighttime. By the way, it's 9/11 this time. Should I be worried? No, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. It rhymed. I know, right? I was proud. You're a poet, and you know it, Carrie. So SF investigates. Okay, if any of you guys follow him on Twitter, he puts out a lot of different things, along with like True Crime Bobby, and just the different information, the docket. If you guys are following cases and you don't know who the docket is, of course, at Chasing Paper 89, he will put out a lot of paperwork for a lot of the cases that sometimes he doesn't cover them and other times he does. But he'll put out like a lot of documents for Jesse Vang, like Elijah Vu case, just a lot of different ones that are going on. It's like, I don't know why, but it just seems like lately there's a lot of enhanced kids things going on, which is very disheartening when like Elijah Vu, Audrey Cunningham, Madeline Soto, right here with Sebastian Rogers. It's just very heartbreaking. But so he says, I'm going to clarify a few things in the Riley strain case. I'm not disclosing any new information. I'm clarifying rumors and or information being reported by media, YouTube, and SM. God, that sounds kinky. Okay. That misinformation, rumors, and wild speculation are hurting the search for Riley. Everything I am saying here is information that the family representative, Chris Dingman, had said in one form or another. If the information did not come from the family, Chris Dingman, or directly from law enforcement, there is a very good chance it's not true. The family and Chris have done an amazing job keeping everyone informed. Sorry that I'm going to go to his post there. Oops, not sure. 1 second. Okay. Too many windows open. Stop it. Can you read this? Do you want to read this one, Adam? Or is your voice not too good?
I'll let you read it.
Okay. Unless, Charmaine, do you want to read it? If you can't see it, then I can't make it any bigger.
I'm blind today. I apologize.
Okay. Oh, no big deal. I can easily read.
I just want to say thank you. We have 2,000 people watching now, so thank you guys very much.
Oh, I see 1990. Oh, 1999, 2000. There we go. Pop. Oh, 201. If we can get up to the year 2024 with those numbers, that would be great. Actually, it would be amazing if you guys could subscribe or perhaps at least hit the share button, bring awareness to the case and the information from today that's come out and stuff like that. That would be amazing. So again, thank you guys. Eh?
And come over to YouTube.
Oh yeah, come on over to YouTube. Come on, y'all. Like a pack of ants. Just get out of Twitter and come on over to YouTube. maybe they want me to call it X before they come over.
It's funny, I want to read this, but it's funny how there people have their segregations when it comes to social media. You've got YouTube people, there are Twitter people, there are TikTok people, there are Reddit people.
Yeah.
I guess there are Instagram people.
Yeah.
I guess they're probably is that what? Yeah, sorry, that was it.
Did you
I had some witty thing to say and that just went out of my head. So.
It just went. Good fight.
Yeah, good fight.
Okay. So there's two parts to this. The other one's a little bit shorter. So it says investigations are fluid. The fact, as investigators know, most of them are constantly changing. This means narratives can change at any time. Investigations are not about guessing the conclusion up front and twisting the evidence to fit your conclusion. It's about letting the evidence, as you discover it, tell you the story, the true story. With that said, here are some critical pieces of evidence as I know them. All of these pieces of evidence are already out in the public, but some are being reported inaccurately. So I think for Riley's sake and for the sake of the investigation, it's important to clarify them. Nobody grabbed Riley before he ran through a parking lot. There was a fight of some sort that broke out in that area, but it didn't involve Riley. The family has viewed interior surveillance from the bar. The family has also seen additional surveillance from places along Riley's route, such as the food truck. It is also known who Riley was on the phone with while coming towards the bridge. Law disclosed that, and it was a friend of Riley's. So, because Banfield is reporting about the witness that talked to Riley at the intersection, I will tell you, I took a verbal witness statement from that witness. I also put this person in touch with the family. The witness has given a statement to law enforcement. Because this information leaked from Main Street media and some of it is wrong, I will give a summary of the statement because if the information is going to be in the public domain, it needs to be accurate information. A witness noticed Riley was very intoxicated and said to Riley, "I hope you're not driving." Riley replied that he wasn't and was very polite and made a joke. The witness said Riley was on a speakerphone with someone. Again, law enforcement had said Riley was on the phone with a friend in this area. The witness was getting into their car and noticed that Riley had stopped and was leaning over the embankment wall to the river and vomiting. This got the witness's attention because of the way he was hanging over the wall. Riley then proceeded on towards the bridge. As the witness left and made a U-turn, they noticed Riley walking without distress towards the bridge. The witness lives out of state and didn't even know Riley was missing until the 16th. So Riley was captured on surveillance by between both bridges, walking towards the JR Bridge, and is tracked until he's very close to the bridge, but is not seen exiting the other side. Riley's phone last pinged 500 to 100 feet. 50 to 100 feet south of the south. What does that say? To the south of the bridge. Let me repeat that. Okay. Riley's phone last pinged 50 to 100 feet to the south of the bridge. His phone and watch stopped at the same time due to the phone. Okay. So his phone and watch stopped at the same time due to the phone. Okay. His debit card was found in the exact same area the phone stopped pinging, and the same area Riley was not seen exiting. So give me a second. There's one more piece to this. This one, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Stop screen. Window. There we go. Okay. Riley's watch didn't. Eh?
You want me to read the last part? Just give your voice a rest.
Okay, I can have some water.
All right. Riley's watch did not have location services enabled. There may be additional surveillance. We hope there is. Reports that it's been confirmed that his shirt ended up with a homeless person, as far as I have been told at this minute, is false. Riley's mother and stepfather were on Banfield today, and when she tried to make it sound like it was confirmed, his stepfather said something to the effect of, "That is not new news. That rumor has been around since last Tuesday." In other words, it's a rumor, not fact. If this is true, then it's amazing that thousands of people have not been able to find this homeless person, including the advocate that claimed they were able to get in touch with him just minutes after asking others to put him in touch. When Riley is found, he will tell the story. A full investigation will take place. The search for Riley needs to be the focus, not turning this case into a circus. If all this energy was focused on search grids, we would probably have Riley back now. These are the facts as I know them. This is an active investigation, and it's subject to change, directions at any time, but based on evidence and facts, not on speculation and rumor and bad reporting.
Okay. Sorry, Charmaine, what's that link that you have there for Twitter?
That's just to your live broadcast.
Oh, okay. And yeah, I just dropped my Twitter there for anyone that wants to follow. And Aspen has one too. True Crime Aspen. Oh, actually, I could actually
with my 57 followers.
Yeah,
Me too. Mine is Charmaine's tweet, but I just post everything that Sunny posts. So
Yeah.
True Crime Aspen. Let me just. Oh, there he is. Such a needy thing over here.
I just started a new Twitter like a couple months ago, so
Yeah, he wants to go special.
I do want it to get bigger.
There you go. I'll drop yours as well. All right. Sonny, I just sent you an email that will blow your hair back. Oh, did you know? What if it blows my hair forward? Then what's going to happen? That's going to be a natural disaster. I want my phone back. I'm bald. Ken, you just deserve a nice massage and a rub. That's how I feel like that should go. Okay,
Oh,
let me go see
Lord.
this mind-blowing email. Your YouTube video is suitable for all advertisers. Okay, well, thank you,
For
YouTube.
now.
For now. Let me just see. Mr. Electric.
Ken.
You may like this. Ooh. Okay, wait. At one time I was training me wrong. I'm saying you're not. I made this video to show the world what we had. The world of the song. Wait. Hold on a second. I gotta mute myself. Talk amongst yourself. While I'm doing that, let me just quickly do something here. I want to put up this picture as I go check that out. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
That's a nice picture. Yeah, Aspen, who was that statement by? Because that's the type of thing I was thinking would be beneficial for law enforcement to come out with.
That was by it's a Twitter username, SF Investigates, and they've been in personal contact with the family. I can pull their I can get their Twitter link and put it in the chat for anyone that wants it. His name is Steve Fisher.
It's very beneficial to hear that kind of information when
Copy that.
so many different theories and speculations are floating around. Just have something concrete come out and say, no, it's not this, but this is still on the table type thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's helpful. So.
Absolutely.
1 second.
I will put I'll put SF's Twitter link in the chat right now.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Mr. Electric. Can't play that. It has music to it. Could be copyright. I'm
Can you just play it muted?
Well, no. I mean, I'm kind of confused, to be honest with you. Mr. Electric says, at one time I was training to be a monk. I shit you not. I made this video to show the world what we had. No crime, no violence, no drugs, in a crow of 4K. It's a video, and then it has, you know that song, go ahead and treat your neighbor. Go ahead and be a friend. I think it's that song. Anyways, it's an older song on there. I think it was because I was thinking it was something to do with the Raleigh strain case on there, that there's something, that new information. And then I was like, wait, what's this video on there? And then it was like this older song that I heard. So, but it has the music to it. So, I'm just a little confused. So you want me to share the video because it's what we had.
I was just trying to make you laugh. Like, was it funny?
Well, I was expecting like something to do with the Raleigh strain thing. So yeah. I was like, in my head, I'm like people watching are probably gonna go, what the F is that? Because it had no relevance to that. So I was just confused, Mr. Electric. That's all.
I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah, Gloria King. Hey, that was my mom's name when she was alive. Gloria. Yeah. Gloria. Gloria.
Well, we like to giggle here, so I think it was just to put a smile on your face, maybe.
Well, oh, don't play it. Oh, it's for me. Oh, okay.
Just to put a smile on your face. He's such a sweet man.
Well, I just wasn't sure if it was something that he was making me wanting me to show, and I'm like, can't, because it has like music to it, which is, it's a good song. It's a song that takes you back in time for sure. Let me see if that is I gotta mute myself for a sec.
Of course you did. I don't know what song that is. Who's Billy Jack? Blowing your bald head back.
Song, you know, there won't be any trumpets blowing.
Nope,
You know that
no
song?
clue.
Huh?
Not a clue. No.
You'd know the song to hear it. Absolutely.
Maybe.
Maybe it's just the way I'm singing it. The notes are like, you know, not exactly primo, not exactly running up for American Idol over here on these vocals. You know, I'm pretty sure my ex-husband said, please don't sing. And it got to the point that I'll stop the vehicle if you sing to a song. I'm like, I am not that bad, okay? I might not freaking have the most amazing angelic voice in this world, but that's when he was getting angry towards the divorce time. But he literally was like, if you, I want to enjoy the song without you singing to it, right? Have a cup of go this, right?
Oh my gosh, and room, no. No, I'm the sole Canadian that cannot stand that. I can't.
love Celine Dion. I'm a
I
Celine
do
Dion.
not.
I'm sorry, I'm not a Swiftie. Okay, I like Swiftie to a point, but Celine Dion, that when I remember her coming into the spotlight, I was like, that person sings like an angel, and she is gonna be big, and sure as shit, you know, amazing voice to me, along with Mariah Carey, along with Whitney Houston, you know, those certain ones that just have these notes and stuff like that. I love Kelly Clarkson too. She can just do a lot with her voice. Anyways, I don't know how we got sidetracked on this. Obviously, my vocals. One Tin Soldier. Yeah, that's it. The One Tin Soldier. That's it. Thank you, Lone Pony. Now I feel like well, you are. I'm sure. I'm very sure that you're younger than what you think you are. Or feel like. It's kind of like I'm going to be 55, but I only feel like my husband's age, 33. All right. Celine Dion is a lovely, she's a great singer too. She's an amazing singer. You guys cannot knock the Titanic, okay? I'm just saying that right now. You cannot, like, I pretend like I can hit those notes in a bathtub. Sadly, if I listen to myself back, I ain't hitting no notes at all besides some bad notes. Okay. There's really, Shania Twain. Oh my God. Okay.
I have a story about Shania Twain.
Okay, well, hold on before you say this story. Okay, not gonna lie, we're going back like when I was 26. Okay, so Shania Twain stole all my hairdos. I look like Shania Twain. I did. I could show you a picture, you guys, just for proof, right? I got receipts. So, anyways, I'm like, oh my God, she keeps stealing all my hairdos. She really does. Anyways, so this guy comes over that I'm having like a blind date type of thing, and he's on the phone. Okay. You know, one of those chat line things? My twin sister had some sort of Vancouver chat line, right? I remember his name was Kelly. So, anyways, Kelly comes over on the phone with his red Jeep. Okay. Not to do with Delphi, but with the red Jeep. And he's on the phone and he goes, holy shit, you look like Shania Twain. Now, okay, you know what? Take away 26 years, people, all right? And he's like, holy shit, you look like Shania Twain. And then he goes, yeah, I was just pretending to be on the phone with somebody in case you were ugly. Well, come on in, right? So he comes on in, right? And I'm just like, okay, like, aren't you a little bit bold and blunt? Okay. So anyways, I am too. So I said, come on in. And we literally just sat there for about 20 minutes, not saying anything. So I said, well, this is uncomfortable. Do you want to get going? And he's like, oh, no. Like, why would you say that? And I said, well, obviously we're not talking. We're just sitting here talking about nothing. Did you want to make your way out the door? And after that, it just broke the ice. We headed over to the United States, grabbed a few drinks. And then my twin sister, she was on some sort of freaking rampage man hate and stuff. Anyways, he said something about my sister. My sister grabs the phone from me and she goes on this like freaking 20-minute vent to him. And then all of a sudden he said something like, your sister's a blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's my twin sister you're talking about. Basically, go after yourself. So that was Kelly. It was a two-day experience pretty much. But we went over to the States, had some drinks. End of story. Anyways, you guys didn't need to know that, but you're welcome. Those are free. Those are just free. Okay.
Shania Twain, sorry. She grew up in Timmins, Ontario, and my sisters did as well. And when they were teenagers, my sister, Charlene, and Shania Twain, whose real name is Iris, entered a talent contest, and my sister beat Shania Twain in a singing competition.
She beat her?
She beat her back
Oh,
in the day.
nice. That's
Yeah.
something to brag about.
It is.
To brag about. So, is her real name Iris?
Yeah.
She doesn't look like an Iris.
Well, she didn't look like that when she was a teenager either.
Well, can I just tell you the most crazy as F thing? Okay, so I always loved Shania Twain, you know, and her whole giddy up and go cowboy thing or cowgirl thing. But the most effed up thing in the world, but hey, you know, love is love, I suppose. So her husband, who should be pretty much worshiping the ground that she walked on, cheats on her, right? He's an older fart, like I'll say like me, right? Me and my husband. There's a big age gap there. Anyways, he cheats on her with her best friend. And so the moral of the story is, I guess you just swap husbands when you end up starting to cheat, because she ended up with the best friend's husband, which was a better deal, by the way. Better deal. And her best friend, you know, is married to her ex-husband. Isn't that crazy? It was like, you know what? Let's just take a break and swap partners. Okay. You know, we're good. We're good now. Isn't that crazy though? Because,
no judgment.
Hey,
no judgment. You never know where you're going to find your person.
We're good. We're good. But isn't that like just crazy though, that like he's consoling Shania because they're kind of consoling each other, because they're like, oh my God, they're cheating on me. Let's console each other. Oh, hey, thank you for consoling me for these months. And then they draw you know, obviously this relationship out of it. Hey, I don't knock love, right? Like I said, you know, I got my UK husband, he'll be 34 June 22nd. Best man I ever met in my life, to be honest with you, and stuff like that. So for me, I don't care. Love is love. If you find somebody, you know what, own it. Don't ever let somebody ever be judgmental. My twin sister said, what does when I met my husband, he was 25, I was 46. And he's, what does a 25-year-old see in some 40-year-old? Oh, I'm sorry, you negative, twisted sister who you can't even love a man, you man-hater, you. But anyways, I just felt so insulted by that. My twin sister has always tried to put me down in front of people, you know, because she leads such a negative life. And it was just one of those things like, you know, you have 3 different dads to your kids, and you're giving me relationship advice type of thing, and you've never been married before, you know, and you're sitting there telling me like, what would some 25, maybe because I'm fun and exciting a little bit, maybe because, you know, our hearts and whatever, just like our personalities, you know what, when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Simple as that, eh? Anyways, preach it. Chased my wife for 10 years. Oh, half pint. I thought you were a female. My bad. I was judgmental there. Yeah. Names can be tricky in here. Not gonna lie. A lot of times, because you know, like most of the true crime, a lot of it is female, right? But anyways, Shania got Lyme disease. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. I remember when she stopped singing and everything. Wow, we're on a whole different track than Riley Strain, aren't we, right now? But this is kind of like at the end of a live, when we kind of just tie things up. We just kind of like enjoy you guys and chat over there, because we've showed you a lot of information again tonight, and
I'm sure there'll be a lot more tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm a night owl, people. I do start my new job next week though, which I believe it will start from 8 to 4 for at least the training portion of it. So yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be working down the street, all of 20-minute walk, like literally down the street, past my twin sister's house, like literally at the end of
Well, after the things you're saying about her, let's hope you make it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Right. Oh my God. If I see my sister, I swear I want to punch her in the face. She's
violent.
I think enough YouTubers are threatening violence this week, Sonny.
You know, I meant punch her in the face with a marshmallow. That's what I meant to say.
You know, with a hug.
Yeah. Okay. I'll punch her in the face with a hug. Right. Slap. Yeah. No, anyways. Yeah. My twin sisters were opposite. Go ahead.
Well, I was just say,
We're gonna get off
I-
here.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I think my brain hit a wall.
Oh, it's okay. Charmaine, did
And
your brain?
I've been getting I'm getting over the C word, so I apologize everyone if I sound silly, and I've been kind of sickly all week.
Yeah, he hasn't been feeling well. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry. Miranda, how selfish of me. I'm disappointed. Well, I'll see exactly what I can do. See how the schedule goes, right? I still do lives and stuff like that. Of course, I'm just not sure if it's going to be as consistent as it is with the Monday. Like this is like a YOLO live all day today. I was like, you know what? I'm dedicating today to Riley Strain stuff.
Right.
Make this all about him and awareness today. I know we covered the Sebastian Roberts, and I told you, JLR is not live with Riley here. I said he must be working on the Sebastian Rogers case. Sure as shit, that's when I seen a video. He was down in Memphis there where the stepdad works, or something like. I didn't watch it all. I just seen it. But anyways, but we are covering both cases.
And there you see, Sonny, you Half Pint said he shares a screen name with his wife, so that would explain it.
Oh, Half Pint is from Little House on the Prairie too. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say that I have reached out to Chris Proudfoot, trying to get him on the show to answer some questions. So hopefully that comes to fruition in the next few days. That would be good.
If he does, that would be great because I have questions. I've never been. Let me put it this way: I've been judgmental a little bit, like not judgmental. I mean, like anybody, right? There's inconsistencies. I would like to clear up those inconsistencies, and I would like to ask some questions. Obviously, like in a caring type manner still, because I don't sit there. I'm not placing blame on Christopher Proudfoot or that. I'm not doing that. It's about Sebastian Rogers and where is Sebastian. There's just too little to go on, but there is definitely questions that need to be asked. There are again with Sebastian Rogers' case. Okay, was he a person to sleep in his clothes? Why was there no pajamas? If he went to bed, was there any pajamas? Did he normally change into his pajamas when he went to bed? Again, was his bed typically made? Was it not made? Obviously, when Seth Rogers seen it, he saw that it was unmade because by that time the police had gone through his bedroom. They ended up finding money in his little ATM machine that he apparently had made in his, I don't know, whatever was it in the closet, I believe it was, and stuff like that. I want to know why they keep insisting that it's the front door and keep saying the front door was locked. The front door was locked. If you were on the couch, were you, I don't know, because the front door is right there facing the living room, right to that door. Like there's two big sections in that home that show that front door. The bedrooms are off to the side, right? So there's multiple questions that I don't see, being asked. And to me, it's one of those things, right? If you keep changing up your stories and you add things to it and then you take things away, and it could just be that they suck at doing an interview. Like they really can just suck. And he comes off like controlling for sure. Robin Rogers has nothing good to say about Christopher Proudfoot, so I understand that. I don't know him personally, but hey, if grandma feels that way about him, absolutely, so be it. She probably has maybe good reason to, maybe not, but it's one of those things. I think when she first met him, he said something rude to her, and Sebastian, she has said things to him that if he doesn't, if they don't find him soon, she's gonna, talk about it. That they should have that information regardless if it's important enough. But there's not enough information to go on, but there's definitely inconsistencies in the story to me that need to be straightened up to the public.
I'd like to know about the belt.
What was that about actually? I heard something vaguely.
He admitted to Charmaine listened to the interview, I think.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
Yeah, it was just a one-time thing. The worst discipline that he's ever given the kid was one smack with a belt. You know what? I came away from that interview with a little bit of a different view than a lot of the people that were commenting on it.
Tell me what you came away with from that, if you could. So there was an interview on Smiley World or something like that that he had asked for. Tell me, Shemaine, because I haven't listened to it yet. So just give me the gist of what you took away from it.
He is back at work now.
Yes. Okay.
He's not at home with mom. I believe, and don't come at me, but I believe that they have literally nothing to do with this criminally. I don't think that there was an accident. I think that they are completely befuddled. But he comes across as cold, not quite detached, but just as you would think maybe a new boyfriend who's trying to be supportive would come across. There's just not a lot of connection and emotion there, but I think that there's probably a reason for that. During the interview, he also clears up some of the rumors about what he's going through with his ex. And honestly, he answered questions as they were being asked, and he didn't try to dance around anything. So I'm not saying that I, have changed my thoughts about him, but my thoughts about the case, I did come away with it really truly believing that they just really don't know what happened and they can't explain it. There are some things about Sebastian that nobody knew before, and it's definitely worth a listen. It's 3 hours long, but it is
4 hours.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Sebastian had to wear pull-ups.
Yes, thank you for reminding me about that.
Yeah,
Because even I was like, because Seth said that so Seth's talk on this Terry Lynn show was
and
4
this is
hours long.
yes,
But
and
I
this
was
is
shocked.
Seth's version that he didn't have to do that at
His
his
house.
real dad's house, but according to mom, that's not entirely true. And what we think that we know about Chris's employment is a little bit off as well. The fact is, the man is normally away at work and had been away at work since around the first of the month. And they do talk a lot on the phone because that is their relationship, their long distance relationship. I'm not saying that I bought into all of it, but a lot of his answers cleared some stuff up for me, even though it felt a little bit detached. But like I said, I did reach out to him. I'm hoping to hear back. I can reach out to grandma, but I think I would rather hear back from Chris first and see if we can't get him on the show and then go from there with grandma, because we know that they're definitely not, they're not friendly.
Yeah, they're not friendly.
The thing about the GoFundMe that Chris had a problem with, it wasn't that he had a problem with raising money to help in the search. It was that he had brought it up kind of early on, and law enforcement told him, no, that would send the wrong message. That'll look bad. It'll look like you're trying to profit off of this tragedy or this mystery. And so they decided to back off. And then all of a sudden the GoFundMe was started, and Chris was just kind of standing there like, well, why was it okay? Why wasn't it okay when we wanted to do it?
Yeah.
And so, like I said, his answers were detached and a little bit what I would expect from like a newer boyfriend who's trying to support his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't read any more into it than that.
I'm dropping the link if anyone hasn't seen that video, because I haven't watched it yet with Christopher Proudfoot. Someone was like, oh, I remember someone put a comment that like, oh, Sonny, funny how you shifted when Robin Rogers was in the thing. No, she was. Bottom line is, I've never put blame at any point on Christopher, his wife Katie, or Seth whatsoever. Is there some oddities to the interviews? Absolutely. That should be cleared up, because the public can be very harsh when people come off not sounding like the way that they should. Were they inconsistent? Absolutely. Was there some questions to be asked? Is there some questions to be asked? Absolutely. Obviously Robin Rogers, like I said, when Robin Rogers came in, like, she obviously clearly does not like Christopher Proudfoot. So I was talking about all the things of what would seem odd of what with Christopher. So yes, I shifted gears a bit, but not that I changed my stance. Like, she might feel that Christopher Proudfoot, but I still never said that. That was her opinion, but I did say some of these oddities that were actually in public because I listen to all the words from the Duchess, from all the interviews and stuff like that, just to bring you guys the facts of what actually is being said. As for Sebastian Rogers, I'm not into these far-fetched conspiracies and stuff. If people go that route with whatever information's out there, enjoy, have at it. But again, I like to bring the facts that of words that they're actually saying, things that are actually factual, and those are factual. That is on Duchess, it was Katie and Chris Proudfoot. On the interview with whatever it was, Channel 5 or what, WSRTV, that was the second one where they were on camera. Then the third one was when they were showing only the hands, right? So there was definitely some judgment there because they were inconsistent, and then, so again, this one I haven't listened to yet because I was listening to like 4 hours of Seth Rogers on the live on Terry Lynn's live, because you're trying to get a balance of what each side is saying, but your goal is that, but you're also just trying to gain some information about, like, did Sebastian just leave?
And one thing that's been nice, I mean, this story with Riley is tragic, but one thing that I have really appreciated is you can really see the shared pain that that the families are going through, and much like Sebastian's case, we have a mother and a father, and then we have step parents as well.
Same thing.
But you look at how different, and of course everyone's situation is different, but I like watching the dad and the stepdad sit on that Ashley Banfield interview earlier today. It changes the whole narrative of
Wait, what did you just say?
When Riley's dad and stepdad were sitting together on that one video we watched.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, it just changes the narrative as far as, like, you see that family togetherness, because everyone loves this kid and everyone's searching for this kid. Where sadly with Sebastian's case, you see a lot of hostility between the families. So
you do. Yeah. I would like to clear up something about the 911 as well.
Sure.
Mom, I think it was Ken. He just said mom called 911 too quick. What had actually happened was mom called Chris right away, and mom was hysterical. So Chris is the one that called 911 and patched that three-way in because he didn't have all of the information. So that did clear up some things for me as well, because I thought that too. Like, why are we panicking right away? He's 15 years old. But this is what happened. She was panicked, and she did call her husband, who called 911 because he was so far away. He was inside a crane. He could not leave work immediately, like run out of there. So he did what he thought was the right thing to do. But there is still that total disconnect between mom and dad and stepdad and the I don't know, the Rogers and the Proudfoots. So but there are many questions that I would like to respectfully ask Chris Proudfoot, as somebody that doesn't believe that he's got anything to do with it. But there are definitely things that I think that he could answer to get more accurate information out there.
Right. If they, and it's because of all their inconsistencies throughout the interviews. Like I said, they're honestly, it's one of those things with Christopher Proudfoot. For the most part, right? You can't shine shit good enough on this case because with him, because it's kind of like to the public, the damage is done about how he said things and da 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 da. You know, just some oddities about I can't talk about the time, you know, about when I left and this and that, you know, but yet I can tell you I wasn't here and stuff like that. Like I said, just a lot of oddities. So I would just too like to clear it up, you know, dude. Um, you know what? If once people understand, right? There's always going to be people that will go, I don't believe a word he's saying. He did
Yeah,
it. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, but there's just definitely some things. And the 911 call. I want to say this first of all. Do I think it's odd that she called Chris to tell Chris, her own husband, that Riley, that Sebastian is nowhere to be found? No. And at that moment that they called 911 before calling Seth Rogers. Do I find that weird? Absolutely not.
Unindicted.
Good night. Good night, unindicted. Thank you
Sorry,
so much.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Good
No,
night.
Good night, Lacey.
Good night, Lacey. Hey, good night, Salute. Yeah, glad you got your membership there going. But yeah, so do I find that odd? Absolutely not. Because if you're calling your husband first to say that he's missing, and then he says or whatever, like let's call 911, you know, because he's gone missing, you know. Now, granted, she never messaged him. It was, you know, Chris that actually messaged Seth Rogers to tell him of, you know, his son missing. Again, there's Seth was talking about that they've known each other since they were in like school grade, you know, and when they married and stuff like that. But they don't seem to have this. They have maybe what's the word I want to look for? You know, when it's like
Contentious.
Is that the word? And then with Chris, he could talk to Chris more easier in a sense than say talking with Katie. So his communication was a lot with Christopher Proudfoot because he kind of like said cleared that stuff up as well. So, but did I find it odd that yes, I mean, Katie, come on. This is a son between you and whatever. It should be you calling Seth right after that police phone call, you know, calling Seth, right? We can't say that everything happens this way, you know, and think that there's like this line of how things should always be done. So I picture in my head, okay, she calls her husband, you know, she's all panicked. He says, well, let's call 911, you know, calls 911. They do that, you know, and then of course the dad, you know, is getting messaged by Christopher. So does that seem abnormal to me? No, you know.
When did Seth Rogers know? Sorry, Sonny.
Yeah, he was told right after he gets off work.
Okay, thank you, Karen.
Yeah.
I guess I could have just read your comment rather than interrupted Sonny and asking her.
Could have, would have, should have, didn't. But yeah, no. So, you know, like I said, so it's one of those things, like I said, you know, like it really sucked that I literally recorded 3 hours of conversation on that live with Terry Lynn, and I only had an hour to go. And Wondershare decides to poof, get a bug report, lost it all. Anyways, it didn't even back up like it normally does. Anyways, whatever. But I just wanted to bring you guys like, you know, like the different conversations, you know, of what they're saying. But hey, I would love, Charmaine, that, you know, first of all, Robin Rogers, she's not a person that really goes on lives, you can tell. She sits in the chat and she supports her son. She came into our chat that day, but I don't believe like Seth Rogers was there. But when I asked her if she wanted to come up, you know, she was not comfortable with that. And when I seen Seth on that live with Terry Lynn, again, you know, Robin Rogers is more that supporter person from the chat box in a sense for her son, whereas Seth obviously, you know, is like, yeah, sure, send me a link, hook me up, I'll get on there, you know, and tell you guys stuff. I wish that Katie and Christopher presented themselves in a different way from the get-go. But Seth did make a comment that they were asked not to like do media. That's what was asked of them, and hence why that probably seems odd. Because remember, we were all going like, why aren't you guys doing interviews? Like, come on, this is your kid, you know. But I guess apparently the police had asked them not to do, you know, news media interviews at that time. So, anyways, would love to have him on here. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Get some. I have a backbone. Charmaine has a backbone. I'm not afraid to ask anyone questions at all.
Do I not have a backbone?
Not like me and
So
Charmaine.
nice.
Yeah, not like me and Charmaine. Sorry. It's Powerpuff Chicks here, okay?
Okay.
You want to get a backbone, and then you can join us. We got the backbones.
We're the
Okay.
Fox Force 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Don't we have actually more like bones in our body than a man in our ribs? Don't we have? Yeah.
You might have an extra one in your head.
If you're, whatever, neck bone's connected to your thigh bone or whatever. But anyway, it's just me and Charmaine, we got the backbones here. But no, there's definitely questions. I'm not afraid to ask people questions, unless they specifically say, look, do not ask us this question. Obviously, you do have to, you're not going to be like, hey, let me just trick you on a live and ask you that question. There's questions that they don't simply want to answer. You can't force somebody to do. But there definitely is things to clear up. Anyways, with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for your support. Let's go through before we head off. Charmaine, she gifted 10 memberships, less the other one she gifted earlier the day. Unruly Girl was $1.99. Deb gifted 5 memberships herself. Thank you all. Anna Turner, $10. Oh, there's Charmaine again. Another 5. Bossy gifted some earlier, and Bossy gifted 1 this live. Forever Young. I can't help but think of that song, Forever Young. I can't sing that one. It will just my
Rod
notes.
Stewart.
I know. And every time I want to belt out like the song, I'm like, don't do this to yourself, Sonny, please. Don't embarrass yourself at that level. But anyways, and then Carrie Summers had done, thank you for the hoot salute type of thing, right? For Charmaine. Thank you guys so much for the support, monetarily, and for the fact that you guys are supporting the channel. Thank you for the people that have subscribed. And again, thank you for the people that hit the like. Just thank you guys all, actually. Okay. Let's just do a group hug. You feel it? Did you feel the air hug? It was virtual. Did you feel it though?
I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I am all warm and fuzzy now.
I feel like I need to do it harder, to be honest with you. Anyways, you guys appreciate. Tomorrow is a typical scheduled. Oh, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Friday. Yay. I always like Fridays because it means my husband has the weekend off, typically. Most, like 99% of the time. But anyways, tomorrow's Friday, you guys. And no, we're not covering Delphi tomorrow.
Unless something crazy happens. Knock on wood.
We'll
oh, yeah, Half Pint. Thank you. Mark did do a behind-the-scenes membership gift for Lacey. So
Mark,
thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark.
And again, thank you everyone for being here. I mean, we have 2,385 people watching right now. 387. So if you're watching on Twitter, come on over to YouTube and just subscribe and like, and then you can hang out in the chat next time we do a live.
We like talking to chat.
Yeah, I'll put that on slow mode.
We have a really cool chat because people aren't rude and people aren't assholes to each other.
Yeah.
And people aren't crazy.
Except Aspen is kind of an asshole to me, usually.
Except for Charmaine. Charmaine's like the biggest, a-hole on this channel, to be honest with you.
But her love language is gifts, and so that she excuses her behavior by giving gift memberships.
Absolutely.
She's like, well, I can just be a bitch if I want, if I just give 15 tips.
Yeah, they're pretty much right.
I don't have an excuse. I'm just a bitch.
But honestly, you guys, for anyone that's new that's watching the channel, again, we can keep things light at points, but we're always very serious about the cases. They do mean the world to us whenever we're covering them. Again, everything I just do from the bottom of my heart. That's the only thing I can say, and hopefully you guys as well. Well, that whenever you see a poster of someone missing, etc., that you just hit that thing. Hit that share button as well. Yeah. But in this space here, we don't. Again, if you're a troll, if you're ignorant and rude, you can just find yourself out the door as fast as you came in it. This is just supposed to be a space about caring about others and having opinions, and everyone has one.
Absolutely. And Gloria, so this channel's primary focus started off between the Suzanne Morphew case but mainly the Delphi case. So Abby and Libby in Delphi, Indiana.
Oh,
We branched off, what, about 2 years ago, and started talking about other cases as well, maybe a year and a half.
maybe about a year and a half.
Um, and so we cover all sorts of cases as long as they touch our hearts. But we still can't let go of Delphi because we just care about it so much. But we're happy to be here talking about other cases.
I will say that we're going through growing pains in a sense. It's when you dedicate yourself to a certain one topic, such as Delphi, and then you realize, look, I want to cover more things. I want to do more than just Delphi. Delphi, everything has its thing.
Really?
So basically, you've got to get people to know that you are covering a lot of other cases. What did you say?
Wait just a second. So Gloria, your mom worked with Richard Allen. Feel free to send either one of us an email there at the top of the screen.
I mean, Gloria, you do have my mom's name. Does that count for a little bit of special treatment?
I mean, we love talking about Delphi, so I mean, feel free.
Or if it's on either, my mom worked with him. Really?
Sounds like we have a interview to do.
Gloria?
At the CVS? Yeah, Gloria,
Yeah.
please.
Wow.
I've talked to someone else that worked with him, but please reach out. That would be I would really like to get her opinion on things.
Yeah,
so.
You can't drop stuff like that and then just that's like dangling cheese to a rat. And we're willing to be that cheese, to be honest.
Are you the rat?
No, that's Richard Allen.
Okay.
All right.
I was thinking
different story. Yeah. No. Sounds like a Delphi. No. Delphi show tomorrow.
No.
Gloria at crimingshame@gmail.com. Have your people contact my people, perhaps for a live. You can hide behind an avatar. I don't care. We just want
just even to talk.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Aspen Connor, you might like him more. He's truecrimeaspen@gmail.com. If you don't like me and you like Aspen more, just email him. That's perfect. But you should like me because my mom's name is Gloria. She's dead, but her name was Gloria. Yeah. Gloria, what's CVS?
So I put both of our emails there in the so
yeah.
If you want to, no pressure, but I mean, I would, even if it's just behind the scenes, I would like to hear her take on it. Even if it's just through you.
You know what? Just tell Mama to come on. We love mamas. Yeah.
Miranda says, actually, Gloria, just come on the live right now.
Actually, Miranda's like, if I could just have you guys going 24/7, she would. Like, seriously. There's people here that, like, when we don't do a live, and like, let's say 3 or 4 days goes by, people are like convulsing pretty much,
right. Speaking, while we're on the topic of Delphi really quickly, if anyone knows of any Airbnbs or apartments in the Delphi area that or someone that might have something that someone could rent for 3 or 4 weeks in May, also send us an email
because we want boots on the ground coverage for Delphi.
I was looking today again, and there's really nothing available. So
yeah, because this isn't going to be televised. It will be a hope and a hell and a Hail Mary if Judge Frangol televises this particular, this is like the cream of the crop that anyone following Delphi wants to be at. Okay. If they're not going to be televising it, which, sucks. You know what? Let's throw Frangol off the case now. Let's get a judge that wants the cameras to come in. She's not saying yes. Delphi is a circus act, and I know she's not going to try to want to add to that by putting it to the cameras. So anyways, this is like the cream of the crop of a case that Adam B. Boots on the ground, and he do boots on the ground coverage, and then we go live and he tells us all about it.
Kat, are you talking about the bachelor cabins? Because if you are, I looked at them, and boy, it would be rough to spend 3 weeks or a month there. But I don't think there's Wi-Fi, and if in order to stream, I need something with Wi-Fi, or at least reliable internet.
Okay, I feel like you guys, we got to change our mind on Richard Allen. I feel like all of a sudden he's innocent after reading this message. See this Perusive? Yes, he walked her to her car several times to make sure she was safe. Innocent.
Right.
See the whole Odin angle thing? Must be now. It can't be Richard Allen after reading that comment.
Yeah, Bossy. I have a lead on something, about 30 minutes away, but
yeah, you need closer.
I would like to be in town if I can be.
Yeah.
And I said, and I need good internet.
Yeah. I mean, are you still trying to go?
Yes.
Okay, that's not as confident as it was a week ago. You guys
She's
just
got,
seem to.
she's got a 10-day all-inclusive vacation to plan.
All right. Anyways, okay. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for being caring, kind, and generous.
We'll see everyone tomorrow.
Yeah. So tomorrow we should be talking about Riley Strain. We'll see what information comes up today.
Wow, day 14 it'll be.
Day 14. We'll catch up with about the Sebastian Rogers case, Elijah Vu. There's nothing much with Elijah.
Did you give the Carly Russell update earlier, or did we forget about it?
No, we didn't. I was asking you about it. Was there Carly Russell? What was it?
For anyone, sorry, this squirrel. For anyone that has followed the Carly Russell case, which is, remember the black girl that went missing in Mississippi?
In Alabama.
Alabama, sorry.
Alabama.
So she had a plea hearing today, and she's not going to jail.
Shit.
She was sentenced to 1 year probation, $18,000 in restitution, which is nothing because that search for her cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And she got 100 hours of community service.
So a slap on the wrist, really.
Really a slap on the wrist for the magnitude that case took on.
That's what gets me. You know, this is about the magnitude of what she created by pretending that some child she saw on the street pulled over. Good thing for camera footage, guys. Good thing that the camera footage saw her bullshit, and it was easy to see that she abducted herself. And you know, it was like the whole thing. And what do you guys still feel? Okay, I still feel like this was her trying to get attention. You know, her boyfriend and her had broken up, I believe, and stuff like that. Like she was on her way back home. And it's like, what went through this girl's head? She stole money from where she was working, you know, took a robe or whatever it was, shit wipe probably along the way. I think there was toilet paper there too, actually. But anyways, yeah, I think there was toilet paper. But anyways, good night, Anne.
Good night, Diane.
But yeah, she deserved, you know, she was one of those cases where you make an example of.
Right. And Miranda, they could only charge her with a misdemeanor. I had hoped that she would at least get a higher restitution. Just because of, the amount of resources from the state of Alabama that went into searching for her, and federal even. I mean, they had several agencies out there.
That's because you know, the thing that
my voice is giving out now.
I know we get going in. The one thing last thing I want to say about her, if she wasn't so freaking ass cocky, whenever she was walking into the the jailhouse and stuff like that, or the courthouse, you know, she came off like such an arrogant SOB, as if, you know, like walking with her head held high, that, you know.
It's a woman after my own heart right there.
You know, RA gives me the heebie-jeebies. His cold eyes, bridge troll. That's, yeah. I mean, he's just I don't know. I didn't know what to say about him, really. He's just a little 5'4" nothinger, I guess. Anyways, it'll be very interesting about the Delphi when it really gets to trial. But that's about all I have to say now.
Kat, I'm looking for approximately like May 12th, unless the dates change, like May 12th through like the first week of June. So about 3.5 weeks. I would do a month if it's cheaper, like just do a full month.
Just get him a dog bed, you know, a little dog house. Oh my God, it's a golden retriever. I love it. Had a golden retriever.
A tent should do. I was told, somebody in
And
Delphi told me May is like the perfect camping season.
I need Wi-Fi.
we need Wi-Fi.
They don't
Because
have.
what's the point of being there if I can't
Well, I'm
update
sure
the
some
screen?
friendly Delphi person's going to go, here's my password. Here you go. I can see that. I can
And
see
they
it.
have to have like coffee shops and stuff with free Wi-Fi,
You know,
including from McDonald's.
Adam's a posh bitch, right? He you know that, right? Yeah. He needs his amenities. That's like, yeah, everyone needs their amenities in Aspen. He needs proper Wi-Fi, proper bed. Yeah.
I
Proper
still
Wi-Fi
say we
is
rent an RV and get some mobile Wi-Fi and.
Not going to.
yeah, I can hotspot off my phone, but streaming every night for 3 or 4 weeks,
Train.
it just
Yeah.
wouldn't. It would eat up the data, and then there'd be
Mhm.
nothing left to do.
Absolutely. I mean, it would be more expensive for probably the data.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
It's 10:11, you guys, my time. I know it's late in Eastern, it's 3 hours difference. We'll see you guys perhaps on tomorrow night's live. We'll cover Riley's strain, see what new information comes out overnight here. Again, prayers to all the family of the missing and the murdered. Thank you, Charmaine and Aspen. Aspen, I know you've been sick, so thank you for joining me earlier today. Charmaine, thank you, of course, for all your gifts and for being that cheerleader in the chat room earlier. And thanks to the mods. You know what? Let's just kumbaya. Okay, people. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Hey, right, 2,500 people. Thank you.
Good
Ooh,
night.
we're not quite there. Anyways, sweet dreams, guys. Take care.
Sweet dreams.